We have been traveling the rich lands of East Africa, far and wide, across the highlands and lowlands of this beautiful region, talking to farmers wherever we go.
We have given them the help and knowledge they need to improve their farming methods,
increase their income, and turn their farms into good business for the future.
Join us and our experts on this journey across East Africa and share the family's experiences as they make these changes.
Karibu to the Shamba Shape-Up Safari.
Welcome to Shamba Shape-Up. We are in Obuya in Bungoma County.
We're about to meet a couple who have put a small shamba into very good use. But as usual, every shamba
needs a shape-up.
Let's go meet them. Mzee Jackson and Zipporah, we are very happy to be here, delighted. Now, Mzee, how long have you lived here?
I've lived here for 30 years.
Great. Now, what are you growing in your farm right now?
I've grown TCP bananas, sweet potatoes,
yes,
groundnuts, indigenous vegetables.
Right. How about you, Zipporah? How has it been for you?
Ilikuwa kazi mingi sana kwa sababu nilikuwa ninachunga ng'ombe, ninapikia watoto wanaenda shule, ninaenda kwa shamba ninalima. Lakini vile alikuja tukaanza kusaidiana hiyo kazi ikakuwa kwa nyepesi kidogo. Mimi naweza kumwacha kwa shamba aende achunge ng'ombe na mimi ninalima. Aende achunge ng'ombe na mimi ninapika.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful.
Antonio, I think maybe we should go around the farm and see.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah.
We should.
So you should take us to the farm?
Yes.
And see?
Yeah.
Jackson showed us around his shamba. He has worked really hard and used all the space of his land to grow as many things as possible. We were very impressed until we saw the entrance to the chicken house. Okay, what's that hole?
The hole is for entrance of chicken.
Now, Naomi, could you get in there and get me some eggs?
Are you kidding me?
No,
it's not
no,
easy.
no, Naomi, you're going to get some eggs.
Do you think I can fit inside
We
there?
are having that for breakfast. Just get in there and get us some eggs.
You know I cannot fit there.
Believe me, she can. Wow, Naomi, there's lots to be done in this farm. We've got orange fresh sweet potatoes.
Yeah, we have climbing beans.
We still got to deal with water. And there's that tiny hole in the chicken house, which I think you can sneak in and work with the chickens because you're like a small mongoose.
Thank you very much, Tony.
Absolutely. Good luck with that.
Dr. Lawrence from TechnoServe has come to give us some ideas for Jackson's chicken house. Jackson here, keeps local chicken. We noticed that some of his grandchildren sleep in the same room with the chickens. Is that a good or a bad thing?
No, it's not a good idea because there are some infections which the children can get from the chicken or the other way around.
So Jackson has the Kenyeji chicken.
Yes.
Now, will that make a good business?
It will give a good business in the sense that the prices of Kenyeji chickens are very high.
Tell us what are the advantages, the Kenyeji and other chickens?
This chicken of ours, if they're raised in a good way, within 3 to 4 months, you get your chicken ready for the market. It needs just some small management practices, and then the chicken will give him good income.
On management, what would you advise us?
I can see a system whereby the birds are left to wander around. The disadvantage with this one, you may get maybe 10 chicks from a bird, but all of them end up being lost in terms of predation, in terms of diseases and all that. But the best system, the birds have somewhere they can go and sleep at night, and in the course of the day they are released in a yard like this one. They can get some small bit of foods here and there. The cost won't be that high. Also, disease management is effective in that system in the sense that you'll be able to tell which bird is sick and which one is not sick, and you'll be able to vaccinate against any infection which may come about.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, can you tell me how I can improve the chicken house?
The only thing we'll do is just ventilation. The height looks okay. We'll block off completely the east and the west side, and then we'll put ventilation on the south and the north side. We'll cover it about 3 feet, and then the upper part, which is about 4 feet, you will put a wire mesh across there.
I like it. Only that I don't have enough funds to do that.
The materials you are using, they are perfect. Because even with a mud wall, if it's well made, it still serves the same purpose.
I tried to confine them, but their feathers became very rough, and also laying eggs became difficult.
That's a sign of deficiency. So the best thing, if you release your bird, they are able to pick from all those things. You can use maize, you may use cassava, you can use wheat, the fish, and the fish feeds which are there. You can use the sunflower cake. Groundnuts are good, they're a very good source of protein, though you need to cook them or boil them so that you can get the nutritive part of it. So you can mix them and then you get a very good formulation out of it.
A balanced diet.
Yeah, balanced diet.
Yes.
Water is also very important for the birds because you'll find the birds are there, the feed is dry and whatnot.
Oh, thank you so much, Dr. That was very useful information, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Jackson wants to get into chicken business. So, while the chicken shed is being changed, we take him to meet a neighbor who is farming a lot of chickens.
So, Mr. Jackson, this is a traditional way of brooding where you can be able to bring up your chicken, especially in a place where we don't have electricity to provide warmth. What we normally do is that we do a system called synchronization. Synchronization is where you can have several chicken laying. One chicken is supposed to brood how many? 10 eggs. So if you have 3, you'll be able to hatch 30 chicks at the same time. We took them out of their mothers. We used a box, which we shall show you, where at night we put them inside the house. Where there's no electricity, we put them a hurricane lamp so that will provide warmth. And we also put their feed so that it feeds day and night for its growth. You can keep them inside the house for around 2 weeks. And after 2 weeks now, you can bring them out in such a cachet for warmth. Then you'll be saving your kerosene. Chicken also love greens. Any local poultry has to feed on greens to maintain its taste.
Juma also showed us his chicken house, which has good ventilation and security and is big enough for all his chickens. His chickens sleep in a raised rack to stay clean, and he has a footbath at the door to stop diseases spreading. Amazing. Jackson, what do you think?
What I have learned from Juma's poultry is that he has gone about 10 steps ahead of me.
So like Juma said here, it's a step by step, yes, and then soon you'll be just like him. Isn't it, Mr. Juma?
It's very true.
One step at a time.
One step at a time.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
There you are, Naomi. Where is Jackson?
In the farm.
Oh, how was Juma's farm?
Oh, great. He's a very good chicken farmer. Jackson was very motivated.
Wow, wow. I'm now going for OFSP.
OS what? OS? OSF. OS.
OFSP stands for Orange Flesh Sweet Potato. Sami Agili from the International Potato Center is here to tell us more about this potato. Jackson, how long have you been growing sweet potatoes?
For 6 years.
Oh, how has it been?
I'm happy with them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, Sami, what is OFSP?
These are type of varieties that are orange flesh. When you cut inside, you have the orange flesh color.
So what's the difference between all those varieties and OFSP?
One is that presence of beta carotene. And then 2, the maturity period. And then you can make very many products.
Oh, it has byproducts.
Oh, sure, sure.
What do you use your sweet potatoes for?
People eating,
Yes.
and the small ones we use to give to animals. So right now, even a small potato, we don't throw it away. We are turning that small potato into making soap.
You can make soap out of sweet potatoes.
Yes, we make soap out of sweet potato.
How does a soap smell?
It depends on the chemical I mean.
So cows cannot follow me if I wash with that kind of soap.
No.
All right. Now, what other products can we get from the OFSP?
You can make bread out of that. You can also make chapatis. You can also make juices.
Those are very, very many products. To give children a healthy boost, add mashed OFSP to their porridge. Jackson, have you ever harvested your orange flesh sweet potatoes?
Yeah. I took them all to the market.
What's the difference?
The demand for orange flesh is high.
So the demand for OFSP is high. So we encourage Jackson to increase the production area so that he can meet the demand.
So you recommend him to plant more
Exactly.
OFSP because the markets are good, the maturity period is low.
Not only that, for his good health, right? And the family.
If you eat a lot of vitamins A, you become very healthy. And even you don't lose eyesight.
You know, I was wondering, I was looking at you, I was wondering, this man looks very young and you're quite old. I understand the secret. And assume he gets a very bumper harvest. What should he do with these products?
They should organize themselves in groups.
Farm groups.
Exactly, as farmer group. The brokers are exploiting them. And one way of addressing that is to do group marketing.
So Jackson, tell me, what is your experience with the brokers?
They are very bad people.
They're bad people.
Very bad people. Because I used to sell them one kunia for 200 shillings. Until I turned it to value addition.
Have you sold any of your sweet potatoes using the potato group, with the sweet potato group?
Yeah.
You have seen the advantages of it.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
If people are educated, the
Yes,
importance of
yes.
sweet potatoes, then they just catch up.
But now we have Sammy here who is telling everyone that the orange flesh sweet potatoes are nutritious, they are healthy, and they can improve your eyesight. And all. I'm sure now people will start eating them and you see markets.
A lot has been done in Jackson's farm. I mean, we have checked on the chicken, the construction is still going on, and we've visited Shamba.
We've talked so much about OFSP, the orange flesh sweet potatoes, and I have learned that not only can I eat them, but I can also wash with them.
Wash, you can really?
More after the break. Welcome back to Shamba Shape Up. We're still here in Bungoma County. And Naomi doesn't work that way. You have to wait for them to make the soap. There's lots of work to be done. Chicken shed is coming up. Lots and lots of experts. Let's get to work. Naomi. Jackson is part of a farmer group. Mr. Kibet from Agra's Farmer Organization Support Center has come to talk to the group and give them some tips.
What I heard from your chair lady is that the group is benefiting the members, and we heard from Jackson that through the assistance of the group, he was able to get a better price. Yeah? Instead of selling a bag of sweet potatoes for 200 shillings, the group was able to assist Jackson to sell the bag of sweet potatoes for 700 shillings. Joram said he was able to borrow 6,000. Yeah? So he has been supplying beans to the school, and he has been able to grow the 6,000 from the group to 30,000 now. That is what we call in business working capital. Yeah? If a group has to grow from one level to the other, there are things that we call key ingredients. Okay? One is member participation. A member who supports the group is that one who saves with the group and borrows with the group and repays and pays the interest. A member also brings his her sweet potatoes to the group, and when the group sells, he or she receives the payment from the group. Yes. That is a member who is supporting the growth of the group. And then two is leadership and management of the group. A group becomes successful depending on the kind of leaders that the group has elected. Yeah? If you elect bad leaders, will the group progress or deteriorate? All the plans of the group will not be realized. If you have leaders who are not good, who are not focused. Another one is a group with a vision and a strategy. Now I can see a group that will succeed. Okay? The other one, the leaders of the group must be transparent. For example, they come and disclose to the members that we were able to sell to this market, and this is the price that we got. These are the costs. Yeah? And this is what is remaining. At the end of the year, they are able to tell the members, this was our business for this year. Okay?
The group wants to know whether there is any financial assistance from AGRA to boost their projects.
FOSCA program of AGRA works to strengthen farmer organizations. And there are various ways. One is through technical advice. The other component, there is grant assistance. They have set up a fund that farmer organizations, groups like you, can borrow from that fund at low interest rate, and then you invest in your activities and repay slowly.
Mr. Gibet want to hear from Jackson what he thinks about being in a group.
One thing, when you are in a group, you are equal. Being in a group has enabled the members, me included, meet high-positioned people. It has helped me to share ideas, and I learn a lot from these big people.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. Mr. Gibet, in general, what do you think of Mr. Jackson's group?
I think Jackson's group are on the right track. What I like about them most is that they're very organized in what they do. Yeah, they're building their own savings, using surplus. Like now, they're going into investing in leasing a farm, a group farm.
But the potential is there.
The potential is there.
Wonderful. How does that sound, Jackson?
Wonderful.
Moses from Kari Kakamega is here and doesn't think Jackson's climbing beans are real climbing beans. Jackson here believes this is a climbing bean. Is it?
No, these are not climbing beans. They are what we call runners. They are mainly for soil conservation, soil improvement, and livestock feed.
So now tell us about the real climbing beans.
Yeah, the climbing beans are just normal beans. They only differ maybe in the size. In Kari Kakamega, we have two types. This is called Mark 49, and this is Omobano. If you boil them, you eat, they are just normal beans.
So what are the advantages of the climbing beans vis-a-vis the bushy beans?
The area you can grow. You only require a small area. The second one is that the climbing beans can be harvested for a long time, for over 3 months. The third one is that the climbing beans, the yield by unit area is higher than the bushy beans.
Wow.
We insist that you get your climbing beans from a known source. One of the known sources is Kari Kakamega. If you get it from another farmer, let him tell you where he got the seed. But beans have pests, especially when we plant and we don't have enough rains. So you spray those pests. So after weeding, you will need to do the staking, like tomatoes. The sticks for staking should be 3 feet. So each plant should have a stake. So you'll find your beans now twining. As it grows, it will be flowering. So you start eating your beans at 120 days. You'll have harvested your maize, you're even preparing to plant, but your climbing beans are still there.
When you're planting, do you need to put fertilizer or manure?
We actually use DAP, use half teaspoonful per plant. That's enough. It doesn't require a lot of fertilizer application. Select a place which is fairly fertile. Don't plant where other crops don't do very well. You will not harvest.
What is the difference between this type and that type?
The difference is here is that this Mark 49, it will give us 17 bags per acre per season. That is, this one will give us 18 bags per acre per season.
So Jackson, you've heard there's just the normal beans. So it's just that the climbing beans, right, in the end you'll produce more per acre. So I guess it's like something you'd want to try, isn't it?
Yeah.
Moses, could you show us how we can plant? To plant climbing beans, First make furrows 50 centimeters apart. Then plant seeds 15 centimeters apart along the furrows. Cover each seed with soil and some water. The plants should germinate in 7 days.
The heavens have opened, heavy rains everywhere.
Work has had to slow down.
Lots of rainwater getting wasted.
Every farmer needs water, but it can be difficult to get. If you have a well or good gutters to catch the rain, it can make life easier.
Jackson, tell me, where do you get your water from?
I get water from a shallow well.
Does it always have water?
No, when the drought comes, I don't have water.
Wow, Jackson, now it's been raining. What are you doing with all that water?
Actually, a lot of water is wasted because I don't have the storage tank.
Is this what you use? These gutters here?
Yeah, these are what I use.
These are what you're using now? Do they really help?
They don't help very much because a lot of water is wasted.
I'm going to strike them out and you're going to get you some new ones. How does that sound?
Marvelous.
Marvelous.
Zipporah and Jackson, I've noticed you don't have electricity, right?
Yeah.
I brought you something here. It's called d.light. Yeah. It's a light that you just need the sun. So this is the lamp. Yeah. This is the panel you put on the roof. And you connect it here, and then you can put the light inside the house. So when you light it, it can go up to 100 hours if it's not very, very bright. The grandchildren can read with this doing their homework. You can use it as a torch. You can use it in the farm at night. You can check your chickens. You can charge your phone. Where do you charge your phone?
600 meters
from here. You see, now you don't have to do that.
Neighbor.
And again, you don't have to buy kerosene. So it saves you a lot of money. Yeah. This is your warranty. You need to keep it safely. Yeah. It's a 2-year warranty. So for the 2 years, if anything happens to it, you can return it and they can give you something different.
Hii ni mzuri kwa sababu simu hii itanisumbua tena, mafuta ya taa itanisumbua tena. Sasa nitakuwa ninapoa tu kwa sababu ninapata tu chua yenye Mungu ametengeneza.
Yeah, the sun is free. And there you see. Another thing that is free is rainwater. The gutters are now fixed so the family can have water all year round. The chicken house is also complete with a good door and ventilation. Now, nobody has to sleep together with the chickens. And I think Jackson and Zipporah will be pleased. When we were starting, Zipporah was not feeling very well. How are you feeling right now?
Niko tu vizuri. Tena nimefurahia kazi yenye mmefanya hapa. Nimefurahi kwa sababu poma yangu imebadilika.
Jackson, what can you say about the Shamba?
I never knew that I could meet such people who are helpful.
Yes.
They have educated me on very many aspects, like planting crops, as well as in management.
Aha.
There is a proverb which says, where there is a will, there is a way. So, in this case, I have experience because I had a will.
Now there is a way.
What are your plans now for the future?
Climbing beans are more profitable than the ordinary ones. So, I shall embark on climbing beans. I wanted to be a great farmer number one.
Wonderful. We've been very happy and thank you very much for hosting us. I hope, Mama, you start feeling better and tell Mzee to give you a lot of orange fresh sweet potatoes. I understand they're very good. Yeah, it's been great.
We came to Bungoma County.
It rained.
It stopped.
Mama was sick.
She got better.
Shamba Shepherd was here.
Now it's time to go.
We'll see you next week right here on Shamba Shepherd. Shamba Shepherd is online.
To learn more about today's topics or to watch any of our previous episodes, visit shambashapup.com, select the episode and click play. You could also visit our Facebook page, Shamba Shaper, to get more information, get involved in discussions, and also get a chance to enter some of our great competition to win great prizes. You can also find us on Twitter @Shamba Shaper.